Welcome, welcome, welcome! I'm FrozenRelic, and this is the second episode of Make America Great or Die Trying with Democracy 3. So, when we last left off, the Luddites were launching carrier pigeons and sending up smoke signals of war. And we set up some automation for industry. We're also going to tax it to make some coin. And we armed our police with submachine guns. Pew, 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 pew. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and play the next two quarters. Right now, we are starting quarter 3. And this video will finish up year 1 of my reign. So let's get into it. All right, so for a refresher, we've got 26 political capital right now. We're running a deficit of $45 billion. Chump change, I tell you. And we have some debt. So I think what I wanted to do when I left off, so I wanted to go over to here. I believe I already did the tax I was after. Yes. Okay, so let's look into the economy for a second. I want to start enhancing business a little bit. This is actually pretty popular with voters. So the business startup campaign is going to help this. It's going to take 2 political capital. It's going to take 2 quarters to enact. And I'm probably going to end up maxing it out. So there's about another 1.84 billion in cost. Let's go ahead and do this right now, actually. So if I max this out, self-employed is going up, self-employed membership is going up. The socialists are none too happy, which they never are. So the capitalists are a little more happy. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. Now I wanted to come over here again because I want to look in Law and Order for a second, and we have the Luddites who are starting to get upset and may be a problem down the road. So I want to not go too heavy police state, but I definitely think police drones are what's needed right now. These drones are kind of expensive at 11 to 33 billion dollars in cost per quarter. And it's actually going to take 4 quarters, a whole year to get set up. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now so that this is working for down the road. So I'm actually going to max this out. Why not? I like spending money. So we're going to max this out. We're going to get police drones. Liberals are going to not like this much. But crime and violent crime is actually going to decrease, which is a big win for the population anyway. Let's go ahead and apply these changes. I'm down to 8 political capital for this turn. Just kind of want to have a quick look around here and see what's going on. So, looking at the happiness of the environmentalists. We've got a little bit of a UI mix-up here. All right. Let's go around and look at actually our transportation a bit. I want to go into air travel. Yes. See, we apparently are making bad deals. We need to make better deals, much better deals. The best deals that the world has ever seen. So we're going to have to be looking into things like international trade. I'm going to look at, just want to look at our foreign relations a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to start taking hits on immigration with the border control stuff that we enacted last video. So let's get this foreign aid. I don't know. Foreign aid seems like we don't really want to spend too much money on foreign aid. Right now we're spending 16 billion. What can this go to? 0 would have been better, but I think we can get $10 billion a quarter back by reducing our foreign aid a little bit. America first, obviously, and this will actually help get back some of the costs that we're spending on police drones. So, let's see. By doing this, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this in the first video, but this reduction here is actually not a bad thing. The Patriots actually are going to end up liking us more. It's a bit reversed, but so ethnic minorities, we're going to see a drop in relations with them. Foreign relations are going to go down. Liberals are going to like us a little less. Socialists. So we're basically just winning with Patriots with this implementation, but I think it's a good move. We need to start paying for some of the things that we're purchasing, so we don't get into some sort of, I don't know, this hypothetical thing where a country owes a lot of money. So let's see. Let's apply this. We're down to 1 capital. Not much I'm going to enact right now. Did want to come over here for 1 second and look at the cabinet and see what sort of their sympathies are. So, religious and capitalist, he's probably okay. Parents and patriots, again, fine. Retired motorists, yeah, that's a bit odd choice for economy, but motorists and liberals, so his loyalty is probably going to just keep declining. Trade unionists and patriot, we're probably okay here. Law and order, religious and conservatives, we will probably win with one, lose with the other when it's said and done. Maybe not, we'll see. By the way, so the thing with religion, so religion and tech are kind of opposites of each other. So, sorry, I said tech, I meant science. So you start doing sciencey things, religion tends to go down, and vice versa. Transport, retired and trade unionists. Yeah, that's probably not going to end well. All right, let's see here. So right now, our deficit is 70 billion. So we are not maybe not going completely in the right way yet. Our income is going up. Our expenditures slightly. I mean, we had the big bump when we started the game. The global economy's meh. It's kind of waffling. Let's see here. Yeah, our debt's gonna probably have to figure out how to make a little bit more money here in another quarter. And yeah. So let's see. We've got Luddites riding. That's probably gonna be okay. Income tax, sales tax, corp, and so here's that automation tax that I was talking about last video that's going to kick in 1 quarter, and that's going to be a pretty healthy boost, although it's going to lead to some other problems as well. But so I guess since we can't make everybody happy, we'll just piss everybody off. All right, actually, I'm going to keep this pretty quick. This is pretty good for this turn. Kind of just setting things up a little more. We're getting into it a little bit. I kind of already know where these things are going anyway. So let's go ahead and end this particular turn. See what happens. All right, so we've got a couple more little issues. We have a stress epidemic happening. Credit rating has been downgraded. GDP, again, still kind of the same. Our budget report isn't really the best signs. We're at 25% for the polls, which I believe we started at 27%, so we're down a couple percent. Church of Christ is still just upset, but I don't know. They're angry. They'll just probably talk about it, and they'll be fine. Yeah, and the effectiveness of the cabinet's passable, so I mean, it's better than what's currently going on in Washington, so I feel pretty awesome about that. Let's look at the stress epidemic. So doctors have warned that our businesses are working people too hard, which is leading to dangerously high levels of stress for people with full-time jobs. Sad face. There are calls for limits on the hours that people work to be better enforced by central government, because government is always the answer. All right. Let's see. Well, my persona that I'm playing doesn't quite feel this. So let's look. Our credit's been downgraded slightly. I mean, whatever. I guess we could always just do the hey, we don't care about money thing and act like we've never bounced a checkbook in our life and go from there. So let's continue. All right, we got 26 capital. Just kind of monitoring what's going on up here. Things seem generally all right. My popularity's kind of just taking a hit. Yeah, so see, we're about 2.4% down. All right, who's really upset here? Yeah, retired. Yep. It's interesting. Self-employed is not too happy. Let's click on them, see what's going on. Yeah, I mean they're gonna get this startup campaign here shortly, so that's definitely gonna come along. Yeah, corporate tax. This is a tough one. I mean, you know, my persona says trickle-down economics is effective and works. Yeah. So maybe what we really need to do is make it so corporations don't have to pay anything and can do what they want. And then that means they have more money, which then will trickle down into something else, which will trickle down into some more workers, and then they'll get some wages. I'm sure there'll be lower wages, but as a whole, it'll be more taxes and so on and so forth. And eventually there's one little drop going into the bucket. But so let's look at this for a sec. Yeah, the tricky part here is I'm going to start going in debt further if I mess with this, but I am interested in being pro-business. So I kind of want to get self-employed at least going in the right direction. Lowering this is only going to take 10 political capital, which isn't too bad. However, we definitely want to make sure that we're not going to want to raise it in the future, except for some sort of outstanding circumstance, because 19 political capital is quite a lot. Let me just take a peek here. Go all the way down. You know, I'm willing to give up about 30 billion. It really doesn't have too much of effect. You know what? Let's live on the edge a little bit. Let's half this. Let's go down to right around 70 billion. We're taxing at 8%. We're going to see quite a decline in capitalists, wealthy, self-employed. Socialists are going to actually be fairly upset. However, I think this is acceptable. Self-employed income is good. And yeah, uncompetitive economy. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and apply this. By the way, real quick, I thought this was odd. Popularity of voters 50%. I kind of expected it to be a little bit lower, but I was thinking how many how many voters are self-employed and or owning corporations, whatever. I didn't think it was 50%. I kind of figured it'd be more around well, and then people aspiring to these things, they kind of figured it'd be more around 35%. But this is where we're at, 50%, which actually is pretty nice. Works out for us. So let's take a look at some of these other groups. Where are the... here we go, conservatives. So the conservatives love their death penalty. Gated communities, which I kind of enjoy, but that's kind of a thing on the West Coast. I don't know if gated communities is how big of that is around the world. Although, never mind. Okay, so let's see. They love their narcotics. So they love the police force, obviously. Actually, let's dive into that for a second. That's right. So this is actually something I want to do. So last video, we gave the police submachine guns, but the only thing better than giving them submachine guns is having more of them with submachine guns. So also we want to keep reducing crime and antisocial behavior and these sorts of things, and hope to fend off probably what's to come, which is a fairly sizable amount of people who are upset. So right now we're spending $31 billion a quarter on this. Only 4 capital to raise, so let's see here. Ooh, jeez. I can get quite a boost to state employees and conservatives, and a good drop in crime and violent crime and antisocial behavior. Basically all the things that I'm kind of after. By maxing this out, it is going to, what did this do? Like 75% higher cost? Something like that. Actually, you know, it'd be cool is if this UI kind of broke that down for you. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's increase our police force now, or at least enact this. The delay is going to be 6 quarters, so a year and a half before we're even going to see this. But let's get it going now. Yes, please. All right. Let's see. Kind of want to look at the Patriots for a second. It's interesting how... Oh, no, yeah, okay. I saw this. I was thinking they had dropped. I didn't understand why, but nope, they've went up. Okay. So, yeah, we took care of... and this is why they're happy. We did some border control stuff. We're doing foreign aids. We did intelligence service. Military spending. I do want to get to the space program, but as I had mentioned in the last video, I believe it was something like 19 political capital to raise. So maybe that'll be in 1 or 2 more quarters. I want to do that because I think space program. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that it was a huge delay. Okay, so this is going to take 4 years to do. I better make sure I'm going to get reelected, or the next president's going to take credit for my work. That's going to suck. All right, let's take a look at policies for a minute. All right, so we can kind of see the popularity of some of these things. State schools. I wonder... Oh, there it is. I was looking for school vouchers. All right. So I actually want to give school vouchers so that parents can decide where their children are going to go to school. Private schooling, at least especially in this particular state I'm in, is much better than the public schools by and far. So let's keep in this persona and tackle this. Is it Betsy DeVos up here? All right, so let's see here. We've got we're spending 24 billion a quarter. I didn't even know this was a thing already. 24 billion a quarter. We go all the way up. That's a lot. 100. And yeah, there's huge payoff there if we're trying to change some of this stuff, but that's a bit much. Revert that. 7 political capital to raise. It's going to take till next quarter, so I definitely want to get this going now to see some of the benefits as the term continues. Kind of willing to go up. Yeah, that's good. I want to get it to the high category, so 68 billion. We're gonna spend about 44 billion more to get it there. There you go. You did it. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. It's next quarter. This will get started. The socialists are going to be a little more upset. Let's see. It's interesting. I would have thought. I believe it does affect like conservatives, but this is definitely something that's in their wheelhouse. But let's go ahead and apply these changes. We'll probably end up leaving it there unless we get reelected, so we don't spend any more political capital in this arena. Apply those changes. Yes, please. All right. Most of this is just going to have to wait. Kind of see our air travel's gone down. Why has it gone down? Yeah. Productivity's going down. Where is that? Yeah. I wanted to see... Lebanon riots. Alright, so ending this particular turn in a moment, I think. Just kind of looking. The Luddite riots are starting to go down. I mean, there's a lot to go, but if it kind of continues this trajectory, it'll eventually solve itself. I don't think anything bad is going to happen. I'm going to kind of bet on that, but we shall see. So it is going down. Maybe someone's shooting their carrier pigeons out of the air, so now they just can't communicate between each other. I don't know. On positive notes, though, racial tension is going down. I'm not sure. I think because some of our other things haven't taken place yet, I kind of think this might end up going up a little bit. Alcohol consumption's down a few %, so we didn't need to, totally start doing bans on advertising or whatever. We'll just encourage more responsible behavior. Tobacco use is down 6%. Industrial automation is down right now. We'll see kind of where that goes. Crime is up, though. Crime is up 2.6. That's, I guess, maybe not too surprising. I mean, it is going to go up, but we have some things on the way that are definitely going to combat that. And if all else fails, we'll just send in our incredibly large police force with submachine guns and pew, 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 and that'll be it for the criminals. No trials. We'll just guess. So right now, according to these changes, we are leaning slightly capitalist and slightly conservative, which is kind of where this persona is at in some ways. Actually, not at, sorry. We're going toward where the persona is at. And the persona, I think, is probably right around this level on the conservative side. Maybe actually even less. Maybe just barely above the capitalist line. But let's see. Yeah, but definitely... sorry, did I say capitalist? I'm sorry, I meant conservative. I was just thinking like, yeah, this is totally sounding wrong. Our persona is maybe slightly conservative, but definitely capitalist. So I think we're heading in the right direction. Probably in another, I'd say 4 quarters, we should see that the marker's definitely moving in that direction, big time, bigly, as I like to say. All right. So in our focus group, we've got all these groups, and if you haven't played Democracy 3 yet, I definitely suggest playing with it. It's really fun, and there's a lot of information. I'm not covering it all here because I'm doing my best not to bore people to tears if they just want to see some gameplay and some action. You know, that's one thing. That's one of the reasons I play a lot of strategy games. I love to just sit there and think, but it doesn't go well on a video. An Hour of Silence by FrozenRelic. I don't think that's gonna do too well. But let's look at a couple groups real quick before we get out of here. Or people, I should say. So Jimmy Wilson's extremely supportive. All right, great. That's all I need. Bring your gun and vote for me in the re-election. We're going to make America greater again. So, yeah. All right, so right now we're down to 5 political capital. I think there's some things we can do. Just want to kind of look at this, and you can see that as far as liberals are concerned, they're getting lots of red. They're not the happiest. So let's see here. Let's look at this food standards for a sec. Trying to see. Yeah, so messing with this is just farmers. Meh. All right, back over here. Let's see. I think we've done a lot with policing. Actually, I did want to look at the prisons for a second. So, with prisons, the description, some argue that providing the minimum number of bare cold cells is the only provision that needs to be made for those who have broken the law. Others suggest that spending more money allows for prisoners to be rehabilitated as well as punished and reduces the chances of reoffending. So right now, just to look at this slider, so right now we're kind of at basic level, and as we go up, there's some re-education, and then we kind of get into the extensive rehabilitation. So definitely to the right is, and by the way, this is why we're seeing this, is to the right is definitely more liberal, and to the left is definitely more conservative, I guess. I don't want to put words into a conservative's mouth, but it's definitely freaking archaic. I will say that. Overcrowded cells, and I don't. Yeah, we're not running that type of country. We're trying to make America great. I'm actually going to do something a little different here. Like normally I might just leave this, but I'm thinking we want to kind of appeal a little bit to the liberals. We're going to lose a little bit with the conservatives, but that's that. So right now we're spending $20 billion a quarter. And I'm actually going to, is it 6? Is it always 6? Yeah, okay. So this is going to take a year and a half to put into place, but I'm going to actually double this and put extensive rehabilitation in. So it's kind of working together with our police. There's some other things that we'll do later on, but we don't want our prisons just to be sort of a meat locker. We want to, there's definitely going to be some people that, for lack of a better word, are just throwaway people. But by and large, people become their habitat, right? So we don't want to just throw them in overcrowded cells in this game. So hopefully some extensive rehabilitation. They come out, they're ready to get back into society and be a law-abiding citizen, and that's kind of how this all works. So we gave the cops submachine guns. We put lots of them out there, and that made liberals a little upset. Conservatives a little happy. Well, now we're like changing the prison system and making it better, and we'll kind of get back that little bit on the liberals we lost, and we'll give back some of the gains on conservatives. So let's go ahead and do this. By the way, it's also very popular with voters, so we're going to get a win there as well. So let's go ahead. Wait. Is it not? I thought I had 7. I had 5. Oh, my bad. Revert. Did I not? I thought I had 7 capital. Okay. Well, so for me not paying attention, next video, when we go and start year 2, this is going to be one of the things we're going to do. In fact, I'm going to let that 5 political capital just roll over, so we're almost all the way there. That'll be our first action of the day. And let's give a little tease to see what's going to happen in the next video. So I'm going to end this turn. And let's see. Just want to make note. Yep. 111. All right. Gerrymandering. Yes, I love gerrymandering. All right. Okay. All right. Didn't get assassinated. Woo. It's kind of always a source of stress when I hit that next button. It seems like okay, so let's see. We have an urgent policy question about the debt protection law. The economy for the globe is still doing well. You know, this budget report didn't really change. Look at this. Our last polls put us at 34%. So we just jumped up bigly. So there we go. Again, the Church of Christ is just holding meetings galore, and our effectiveness of our cabinet is actually adequate. Adequate and passable. Yeah, I think adequate feels higher than passable. I think that's the way the game's interpreting it. All right, I just want to take a quick peek here. Look at our threat assessment as we go into year 2. We have the Church of Christ leading the way. Coming around the corner is the Human Rights Society, followed closely by a nose by the Wildlife Trust. So we're doing okay. I like all the little guns here. Yeah, so we're doing all right. The the business first is rising in membership and threat. That's interesting, but that'll be coming down at some point. So my security effectiveness is poor. However, we have launched a bunch of stuff, and yeah, our deficit is up at $293 billion. So we've got a lot of work to do in year 2. We're going to have to keep enacting. I think we're going to probably go in deficit a little bit more because we're kind of getting this set up. And then in years 3 and 4, we're going to have to swing it back around and also start paying attention to our re-election, because we definitely want to go the full 8 years. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. This was a pretty interesting second video. I'm looking forward to playing year number 2. And check out the playlist if you didn't see the first video, or if you just watched this one for some reason for all the way through. And talk to you again.